and it's because my lobes are twisted.
Yeah.
They don't know what the hell to do.
Your what?
My lobes. My brain lobes.
Is that the right terminology? To put yourself out there on the internet and to do something like this.
Yeah. As hell.
And that's a lot, and it takes a lot of work, and it's really, I think and you dove right in head first, and I think that's really cool. And so like identifying the things about you that make you feel sparkly, that's the takeaway.
My dear friend, Kathleen Sledge, all the way from Houston.
Hence the hats.
We are a problem, which you'll see in this episode. Welcome to Dymin in the Rough, my darling friend. Are you ready?
I'm so excited.
You have big shoes to fill because Danny Johnson was the last guest.
I know.
And
I'm kind of
wild.
Yeah, I was listening to it earlier, and I'm kind of pissed because I thought I was going to be the first in-house guest.
I'm so sorry. You do have a Danny Johnson story, though.
I'm leaving.
You want to tell your Danny Johnson story?
Oh, which, wait, is my Danny Johnson story?
Your Danny Johnson story is...
I'm getting it confused with my Jamie Hayes story.
Right. Okay, yes. Your Danny Johnson story is, okay, so you have to be 19 years old to get into the college bars at SIU.
Yeah.
And I did not have my ID, and you were coming from Mount Vernon, and you had to stop and get my ID from Danny.
We love.
Do you not remember that?
No, I don't at all.
No, you were coming from Mount Vernon to Carbondale, and I said, hey, I don't have my ID to get in the bars. Will you go by my house and get it? So I called my grandpa, and I was like, hey, can you give Kathleen my ID? I don't know if you came like
I'm a great friend.
Hour. You were, but you came like an hour later than I said that you were going to be there. And it was like,
you know, as today is gone, that makes sense.
And then you came to the door and he like yelled at you. Do you not remember that? And he was like,
oh, yes. He was not. And I was like,
you were like, okay, well, she just told me that I had to come get it. And you were like, yeah, he's not giving it to me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And then I had to go home.
I was a victim.
Yeah.
Luke.
And then I think you were scared of him for a while.
Yeah. But we reconnected and fell in love at your wedding.
Yes, he thought the person that you brought was a baseball player the whole entire night.
Yes.
And he was like, who's that guy with the man bun? And I was like,
yeah,
nobody.
We didn't need that ego boost.
No, literally not.
But actually, you know what's funny, because Danny is your grandfather. He's 75. My father is 70, just turned 70.
Stork.
3.
Yep.
A sponsor of today's podcast, in fact, because he gave me a car to drive here.
Oh my God, he's like Jamie.
So shout out to Stork for helping this podcast come to life. I was telling him that Danny had just been on the podcast, and he was like, oh, the same way that Danny tells every single one of his stories. Mm-hmm. My dad's like, well, you know, Danny and I played each other in basketball in high school.
Did they really?
Yes.
I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
I don't think I knew that they played each other.
Crazy.
And according to Stork, the lore is that that Mount Vernon beat whatever team.
I think Danny hates Mount Vernon.
I heard. He was,
what do they call it?
A rivalry.
No. Something, the snake pit. Did they call it the snake pit?
Mount Vernon's gym.
Yes.
Chagnon, RIP. Remember, because Mount Vernon was an open campus. We had all those different buildings. We weren't one building. In the old campus, like where I went to high school. It's now, most of it's, I fear has been demolished. But it was like really orange in there. And the stands came like right up to the boundary line. So people were like in your face whenever you played. People hated playing there.
And back when people really cared about sports, which really wasn't when we went to school, they were like throwing popcorn on people, and it was just kind of like a vicious place.
Blasphemy.
I'm so sorry, but
think that's
I'm pretty sure Sherry Johnson, my saint of a grandmother, is like, that's the snake pit. And I'm like, okay.
Snake pit?
Yeah, so I thought that was common knowledge that is what that's called.
No, wow. Now we know what people think about us. You know, we could perhaps how we know each other, how I've entered into the realm of being allowed on Dymin in the Rough.
Yes. I called you an honorary baseball wife because you're not technically.
Thank you.
But
I'm technically,
you're my
I'm not any kind
wife,
of wife.
And you come with me everywhere. I was trying to count all the places we've been. California, San Francisco, that goes under California.
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
We've been to California.
Chicago. Houston. Is that it?
To baseball games.
Well, yeah, like traveled in the name of baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Together.
Did you say Arizona?
No.
Yeah.
We met Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. And also a lot of golf.
We're golf girlies.
Huge golf girls.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is against my will, really.
Yeah. I mean, I think nothing makes my father more mad than
when
me
we
going
just
to
casually stumble upon
the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, guess where I'm going today? U.S. Open. My dad's like, please stop.
You got him a shirt.
Or do you need a chaperone?
Yeah.
So
I know we need to start bringing him along.
Yes. No, I think I do also feel like an honorary baseball wife.
Yeah.
But I do, we did at one point have to clarify that we are not
together.
A
throuple. I mean, it's fine.
Please note, everyone, I am unfortunately not in a throuple with Dymin and Lance Lynn.
Okay, let's talk about how we know each other. Do you want to start?
So you grew up in Benton, and I grew up in Mount Vernon, which is
kind of two different worlds, because I never hung out with anybody in high school.
Yeah, no.
From Mount Vernon.
Like our
I
paths
didn't go that direction.
Yeah, our paths did not cross until...
There's nothing in Benton for you to come kick it over there either. No offense, Benton people who are watching this.
We have 2 interstates in Mount Vernon, so there's a lot to do. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what you're doing.
Kicking it in cornfields.
Yeah. And
doing this.
We
not allowed
met at junior college. Mm-hmm. Shout out junior college. Mm-hmm. We met at junior college.
Lake College.
I'm a big advocate of junior college.
I am too.
Yeah.
There's a frat boy that I met when I was in Ren Lake, and they were like, junior colleges are just so stupid. And I was like,
no, because I don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
I still don't.
As a freshman, also me either. As a freshman in college, and so go do those.
Yeah.
What are the things you have to do in college?
Yeah. Core curriculum.
Core curriculum. Mm-hmm. And that's what we did at Ren Lake College.
Yes. I don't even remember the classes that I took or the people that taught them.
I had Mr. Bauer, I believe. Bauer, right? And
I don't think I ever had him.
He taught history classes.
Jeannie Mitchell. I remember her.
Yeah. Jeannie Mitchell. We love her. Mr. Bauer, that's when I realized I love a lecture style class. I love somebody just standing up there.
Are you
talking.
Joking? Is this a joke?
No.
Oh.
Talking, and I'm just like aggressively writing notes. That's what sticks for me. Never, I could just read my notes back, and then we would have to do blue books. Remember blue books, and you have to write an essay? I could just rewrite the whole lecture.
Me and you are so different, but so the same. It's so crazy.
What is your favorite style of pen?
I don't like the ones, they're like the super pointy ones that are a little runny, which I feel like is everyone's favorite. Like
the Sharpie felt tip pens, because I hate those.
No.
Because those bleed.
No. It's kind of like a gel pen, but it's not, because it's like the clicky kind. And then if you rub on it right after, it smears.
I think I know.
But people like that one a lot.
I think that's a Pilot.
I like the ones you get from the bank.
I like the one like a good old fashioned Bic.
Yes.
That you can take the top off of.
Mm-hmm. You got to push a little hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Dang,
So that's a little about me.
Yeah, you like a good pen and a lecture. Who likes a lecture?
Get me in a lecture. I also listen to what podcasts do you consume? Because I'm a big, I love Hardcore History by Dan Carlin.
Yeah, no, nothing that's going to make me any sort of smarter.
Yeah. I'm 2 opposite ends of the spectrum. Mm-hmm. I'm full brain rot.
Oh, I stay in that genre. I also am learning about myself at the ripe old age of 31. I'm 100% sure. I know ADHD is a trendy ass thing to talk about, but I have it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Luke actually, and I was like,
I think we are undiagnosed
I
adults.
need to be medicated so badly, because I can't finish a thought. I can't finish a chore.
Yeah.
I can't finish anything. And like, I've been so extremely anxious my whole entire life. And it's because my lobes are twisted.
Yeah.
They don't know what the hell to do.
Your what?
My lobes, my brain lobes.
Is that the right terminology?
They're called lobes. Your brain lobes, your right lobe,
your lobes.
left lobe.
Yeah, your lobes. Lobes is correct.
My right lobe thinks it's left, and my left lobe thinks it's right, and it doesn't know.
That's fair.
What's going on?
I see you and I hear you, and I'm holding space for your love.
Are you holding space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity, though?
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm going to go today and see it.
You are going today?
Yeah. With all my 11 children.
Do they have a good theater around here? Probably.
It works.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Mount Vernon's.
I've saw some complaints on the internet about it this week. There's a speaker not working.
Mount Vernon's.
Ruffling feathers.
I too have heard that same complaint.
You know,
and I believe I know who made the complaint.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, Quentin and I.
Your brother.
Yes, my brother we are musical theater youths and adults, I guess, by proxy.
He was Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, he's been a lot of things. Can
we put a picture of him as Abe Lincoln right here on my hand? Because he really is a convincing Abe.
I know. I think that he will. I think he's going to come full circle back around to acting.
I would love that.
Undergrad was in acting.
Yeah.
And we both did musical theater in high school and in college. He more seriously, me not so seriously.
Okay, well that is a story. I watched you in Into the Woods.
Yes, I was Jack's mom.
Yep. Yeah, you crushed it. I wouldn't be able to sing in public, I don't think.
I don't think I could. Well, what am I talking about? I was just going to say I don't think I could sing in public anymore, and that's not true. I stay on a microphone at karaoke.
Yeah, you love karaoke.
It's my whole personality. In fact, I do. We one time, just so you know how much I love karaoke. One time, Dymin was visiting. You were visiting for a game. Lance had pitched that night, and we went to the game, and then we all went out. We met at the hotel, and we had some cocktails. And we walked. I was like, "I'll show you guys a good time in Houston." I did not know where this was going. I'll show you guys a good time in Houston. And I took them for my Houston Girls and Gays. I took them to Spotlight Karaoke in Midtown, which is not. Yeah, and so my boyfriend at the time, he was there. He had friends with us, and they were like trying to impress Lance. So my friend bought bottle service at this dive karaoke bar, and is like, no, I got it. Like paid probably $150 for a bottle of Tito's.
Oh, was it Tito's?
I fear it was Tito's. And so it's like, it's a shit show. They're trying to drink as fast as Lance can drink post game, which
hard.
is that's a. I mean,
you keep up with them better than the guys do.
Yeah. I mean, fast forward. I think I was looking for the person I was dating at the time in like the girls' bathroom puking at the end of the night.
Would he be mad if we tagged him in this?
Yes. So I had already sang, I think 2 songs. I'd already dipped into my repertoire twice. I already dabbled. I am at the back of the room. It's basically one big shotgun room. I am in the back of the room, trying to schmooze the DJ to push our names up the list with money and with what little, assets I have.
Laughing at all about what's coming is just hard on me.
And I get sidetracked. I'm still at the back of the room. They call our name. Dymin and I are doing a duet, if you will.
What were we singing?
We were singing ABBA.
Oh yeah.
Super Trooper. They call our name, and I am so excited. I take off running to the front of the room, full sprint in sandals. There are 2 stairs that you must clear to get to the stage, and I don't clear either of them. And I hit that stair and go sailing head first into a metal stool. And I lay there. I mean, the song is playing. We are supposed to be singing. That's how long I'm on the ground. But the show must go on. I think I was horizontal in the air. I don't know because I blacked out. Because spoiler, I had a concussion.
She went to the hospital the next day and had a concussion.
I slept so long. I think at one point when I woke up, realized that there was like dried blood on my head. But when I came to, you better believe we got up we sang.
The show goes on.
The rest of the song, because they didn't start it over for us despite my critical injuries.
Oh my God. And then your friends gave you a helmet for karaoke.
Yes. My friends that year gave me a sparkly helmet.
Oh my God.
So, when I said I don't know if I could sing in public, that's simply not true.
A blatant lie.
Yeah, I
forgot about that completely.
Singing in public.
You just have to see it in your head. Like,
yeah, I don't know if Luke or the cameraman here saw me sprint into this room with 16 bags, but you can imagine how graceful that was.
So funny. I had no idea that you hurt yourself that badly though, because you just popped right up and you just sang the rest of the song. And then like the night didn't end there. We just kept on
a performer
going.
Yeah.
So God. I got hot. That made me sweat.
But there's actually I'm on the dating apps.
Yes.
And I have a video of me singing karaoke in New Orleans at the Cat's Meow.
With the fan?
The guy with a leaf blower, and I'm on top of a piano.
Yes.
And I actually had to retire that song because I'm like, how do I ever?
What song was it?
Love Story by Taylor Swift. And if anybody out there,
that's a good one.
Listeners, if you need
it gets
a song,
the crowd going.
Nothing gets the crowd going more. They really can sing along, and then it's not like
mine is None of Your Business by Salt and Pepper.
Yeah.
And it hits sometimes.
It does. That one's,
You really got to read the room on that one because people can really like go silent when you're done and you're just like.
I think there's a shock factor as well that I don't think people expect you to be able to.
Bust that out. I sang it on my wedding day in a microphone. Was that your fault? Someone handed me a microphone and was like, your song's playing. And I was like, well, I didn't request it.
Yeah. I mean, I think if somebody's going to pry a microphone out of the cold, dead hands of a DJ, it's probably me.
Yeah.
So
you're right. You're absolutely right. Let's talk more about these dating apps, though.
Yeah.
Do you have any recent stories?
Nothing but love and positivity on the dating apps. I'm on Hinge and Raya.
Yeah. I'm mostly concerned with Raya.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Houston is not
the hub of celebrities.
It's really not a mecca for Raya. But I'll tell you what, do you watch Outlander?
No.
We won. Start immediately.
Okay.
Shut this entire operation down and go start it. Jamie, the lead from Outlander, I saw him on Raya. I never hit a like button so fast.
Did he like you back?
No.
What a bitch. I'm not watching it just because of that.
Boycott. You're right. Actually, boycott Outlander until he likes me back on Raya. No. So I know all 5 people on Raya in Houston.
Dang. Like personally?
No. Oh. But like, I know exactly who's on there.
Dang.
Which is probably kind of like an embarrassing thing to admit, but whatever. So it's fun whenever you like travel, but I have my friend Katie is on it in Austin. Airing her shit on here.
I think she'll like
it. Katie on Raya in Austin, call her. But there's a lot more people in Austin than there are on Houston.
And not Houston.
I don't know. I think they've got like a big influx of like
influencers,
gentlemen from California, perhaps.
I
don't know.
Didn't they do a Love Is Blind there?
In
Houston?
They did in Houston. Yeah.
Oh.
And there was a girl that used to work at my previous company that I don't know if she quit her job to be on there, but like she was on there. Chase, his cousin, was on there.
Oh.
Houston is a very big, small town. Yeah.
Would you go on a dating show? Would you quit your job to go on a dating show?
I don't think, no.
Why? Just do it for the plot.
I know, but I think I'm really easy to cast as a villain.
That's fine.
And then be a villain for forever. on the internet.
It doesn't last
for all time.
I don't think you're a villain.
I think I'm easy to never shut up. And so something's going to come out of my mouth that's going to be.
You don't like.
What did Danny just play back what Danny said on his interview?
No, I know what you're saying. Like, the edit might not be good, and it's not because you're like bitchy or confrontational or anything, but you're just like you're not gonna let shit slide at all.
Yeah,
which makes good television.
But also the sarcasm.
Oh yeah, the sarcasm
would get me in trouble. The sarcasm, I think.
And the looks that you don't know that you're making.
Despite all this Botox,
someone would say something and you'd be like,
despite all this Botox, I can't.
I got a lot of Botox in my head recently, and I don't think my eyebrows. There's like one eyebrow that moves, not both, and not at the same time.
Are you still doing Botox, or okay? You circled back.
I did.
Okay, because I know for a while that wasn't like.
It turns out it's just that I'm getting older.
That can't be it. That's not true.
Well, I was like, Botox is not working, okay? Because
Did you refill your glass?
No, I just.
Oh, okay. Did I?
I chugged the first one.
Oh wait, you already had a glass.
Well, I like refilled.
Oh, okay.
But then my stomach started making weird noises. I had to quit. There she goes. I thought you were gonna put the whole thing in your mouth.
I want to break. I want to.
But yeah, Botox. It was like fading away quickly, and I thought it was Botox. Yeah. Turns out it's me. I'm the problem.
You know? You've done Dysport?
I haven't. It didn't work as long.
Yeah. I've never done Dysport. I think I do Xeomin now.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. I walk into my Botox place, and that man, for a while, I was like, no, he's getting a little crazy because he will just like
jab you anywhere.
Like, I don't even know what we're like. I didn't even know that you could do Botox in your bunny lines. Now I love it. Mm-hmm. We didn't discuss doing Botox in my bunny lines, and he's got a girl. I'm in a chokehold.
My God.
And he doesn't do any. I mean, he is like. Botox is so beneath him because he's like a great plastic surgeon. Ooh. And so he just comes in, eyeballs it, and is like, got it. And so he's just bop at me in the face. And so for a while I was like, oh, maybe I'll try somebody else because I don't know, that seems
invasive.
And then nobody would freeze my whole face the way I wanted. I'm like, more. And they're like, no, you can't. I'm like,
I hate it when people tell me no.
So now I'm like, whatever.
I get a whole full face now, which is sad. Yeah. I just started this year because I'm like, hey, I got a bad jaw. Hey, I have jowls. Hey.
Yeah. So you've done masseter?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did it for, I mean, it was great for, because I think from the time I fall asleep to the time I wake up, I am just stone cold clenching my jaw.
Yeah, me too.
Except for when I wake up with, my 4:30 a.m. anxiety attack. And then I unclench it because I'm like pacing in my room. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but then I go back to sleep and I clench her right back up.
Well, I'm glad you get that.
But I have a night guard.
Can you believe that some bitch on the internet said I had bad filler? Bitch, where? Where?
Show me.
Point it out. Because I can show you a bitch with bad filler.
Yeah.
And it ain't me, babe. It ain't me.
No, I think you have...
Tell me where I have filler, Kathleen.
I don't even know.
Exactly.
I mean, I probably do because you've told me. But I think you have wonderful filler. I think it's undetectable.
I think that's why she's mad.
I
don't even know who it is. It was anonymous.
Yeah.
But she said I ruined my face with filler. And it was like, no. I'm just getting older. No. My face looks different.
Yeah.
I hate it when people are like, oh my God, she's had so much work done. She doesn't even look like herself. I'm like, because I'm a decade older.
When did you know me? You have a lot of birds back here.
Those are my pet birds. That's Mike, Mikey and Tyson, my pigeons.
No, I remember you and I were in Napa, and I don't know what I think we were probably having this same conversation about the injectables we've pumped into our face. And I know somebody's going to come on the internet and be like, she needs more stuff in her face.
No, you look good.
Don't zoom in on how crusty my face is. It's so dry crusty. Here.
You look glowy and like hydrated, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Hydrated.
Yes. You look wet.
Celsius and champagne. No, but we pulled up a picture of you and I in college, which is when we met. So we're like well past children. Our 10-year anniversary, friendship anniversary. And I was like, that's not what you've looked like. I mean, because you've always been like I've always said, I'm like, Dymin is my prettiest friend. I've said that when we were 19. You can't
say that on the internet. Your friends are going to be so pissed.
I've declared.
She said it, guys.
I've declared. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, look, pull up your Instagram. Like, look at my prettiest friend.
Well, I appreciate that.
But I said that when we were 19 and I said that when we were 25 and I still say it now.
But it's a jump scare when you look back.
Yeah. Now I'm like, you were my prettiest friend. But no, you're beautiful. That it's just, you know, our faces change. We were 19. We were babies.
But I did get a little bit of lip filler up here and it made my nose look smaller. Like I could look at a picture of me from back then and it looks like I have a new nose, but it's just like I have more facial balancing, right?
Oh, I need some of that good facial balance.
I think you have stunning features.
Oh, thanks.
You're my Kendall Jenner friend. You're my supermodel friend.
I don't think you can say that on the internet.
Kendall Jenner? Is she in trouble?
No.
Oh.
I think you can compare me to Kendall Jenner.
Oh my God.
No, but
I'm all down for people getting whatever they want done to their face. The only time I have a problem with it is if you're a bitch yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm a girl's girl, but I'm not a bitch's bitch. Like, if you're going to do stupid stuff to your face, you're not going to get made fun of unless you're just a bad person.
That's true.
So maybe that's why that person said it.
They probably,
they have. Has nothing to do with the filler in my face. It has everything to do with me as a person.
No, I think it has to do with them as a person.
I would like to talk about that one time that you made out with that one person.
What did I just tell you, Luke? I knew where this was going.
At that one club, at the club.
I have a bone to pick with you about it.
Okay,
actually.
pause. You know how that new thing is in the club, we all fam. Yeah. The night of my 30th birthday, were we not saying the club? We're like, we're going to the club. And there were like some 22, 3, 4-year-olds. And they were like, what is the club? Yeah. And I was like, how do you not know what the club is?
Yeah, I know.
So anyways, what is the bone that you have to pick with me?
I will tell the story because of the bone I have to pick with you.
Over what I did.
Over the story.
Because the whole thing was my fault?
There's no fault. There's no fault at play.
Okay.
Everyone's an adult. Everyone's for it.
Okay.
So we went out to, I met you out in LA. It was your 30th birthday week. So I met you in LA, and we were going to Vegas after that. And we were supposed to go to a game, baby's first Dodgers game. And then I got randomly drug tested at work and I missed the game. I missed my flight. And so I
forgot about that. That was a big piece.
Which is to anyone watching this that knows me won't be shocking. They would be like, don't blame it on a drug test. You would have missed the flight anyway.
I mean, valid.
Which is fair. And also you're right. So I met you all out at the club. No, actually at a bar where we did not see Justin or Haley Bieber, but I think they've been that one bar.
Bootsy Bellows. Did I meet you at Bootsy Bellows?
No, we went there both times we've been in. No, it's the one where you walk in and you're not allowed to take pictures. That's probably a lot of bars in LA. It wasn't a club, it was a bar. We'll get there.
The nice guy.
Yes. So I met you there and you're like, there's a hot baseball player here. And I'm like,
he's a little kid.
So there's baseball player, there's some of the team and some of the wags, which for my brother, who doesn't know what wags are, that is wives and girlfriends. And then me, who's none, who's the other. So there's waggos, wags and girlfriends and other. And so we're at that bar and then we go to a club. Yeah. And it is loud.
It is not what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. It was kind of, dare I say, trashy.
Yeah.
It was really small.
Very small. Although I didn't even know I could be so inspired by a man with a snare drum in a bar.
Yeah, that was
I loved the snare drum guy.
There's a lot going on.
I don't know
if money falling from the sky.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be the guy with the snare drum in a bar, or I just want there to constantly at any time
just follow you
be
around.
A snare drum near me. But
valid.
So you say at one point, we're like talking or
listen.
flirting.
I thought the vibes were vibing. Okay.
And so you say,
you were both single.
I'll give you $20 if you make out right now. And so I'm telling you, you never gave me $20.
Oh shit. Okay. I get that. That's a good bone to pick. I was like, oh God, what have I done?
I'm here. That's the only reason I'm here today is to collect my $20.
Okay. Well, I want to get to what he said, but you have to give him the whole,
yeah.
You have to give him the whole lowdown.
So we do.
He was like, hell yeah.
So we do smooch. And I have this bad habit of giving feedback
immediately
to people when I don't like how they kiss. And he is not the only person I've done that to, so he should not feel bad. But I just am not down. We're all too old to be bad kissers.
She straight up told this man, like, hey, that wasn't very good.
I was like, no.
In the moment, right after it happened. I was like,
no, don't, no. Ladies, do not kiss bad kissers. We don't have time. The life is too short. Give feedback.
Don't disagree.
And everybody should accept feedback willingly and openly on their kissing.
I agree.
So anyways, I gave him some notes and was like...
And he immediately? He was immediately like, let's do this again.
And so I was like, think about it, sleep on it.
No,
digest it.
He kissed you again.
I know. Like, and then he came back and I was like, I mean, you listened a little bit, but
you're like, hey, I don't
practice
do this anymore.
Makes perfect. And so,
I was shipping it so hard too because you're both like tall and attractive and
someone
single,
somewhere
and
is
like,
not gonna like that I shared that story.
I don't know. I hate men. The older I get, the more I hate men. It's taking me getting married. I hate my husband, but I feel like I've learned since being married and having kids. I don't know. I feel like me and you are kind of different in this way because I don't know. I always like needed to be in a relationship back in those days. Like,
yeah, you were a relationship girly.
I was a relationship girly. And I don't know if it's like my daddy issues or what, but I always had to be in a relationship, or I felt like I was like sad. I was a sad girl if I wasn't. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. Like maybe it was a distraction.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. And I love being in my 30s. I don't know how you feel about it. Like,
it's great.
I'm a self-aware queen now. But like getting married and having kids and all that stuff, like, I'm amazing.
Yeah.
And I wish if I could go back and tell my 20-year-old self, it's like, hey, you don't have to have 3 kids and a husband to like know that you're amazing, because like you're the whole table.
Yeah.
You're not a little side dish at the table. Yeah. Like you're the whole damn table. You know what I mean?
They are, but those things help you find yourself.
Yeah.
One way or another.
You're right. But you spent your whole 20s in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. And so
now you have to date all the losers that you missed out on in your 20s.
Well, yeah. And I think I foolishly went into being in a relationship from 22 to 29, which is when most people get the
That's when your
the dating
frontal
out
lobe
of
develops.
Yeah, we are really big lobe girls on this podcast. But I think that's when a lot of people get some of that dating and like finding what you like and don't like out of the way. And so when I entered the dating scene at 30, I thought like this will be easy. I don't know what I thought. It's not easy. And so but it's, I don't know. I think I'm like, so I had a bit of a delay in that sense of like finding kind of like maybe, what I,
but I like what you've accomplished in your life.
Thank you.
Like, you're a very successful person. You've seen and done and everything. You've gone everywhere.
No, I haven't gone everywhere. I've
You're
been
well
very
traveled.
Yeah. I've been very fortunate in my career, and I guess I mean my personal life as well. I mean, we traveled a ton. You and I have traveled a ton.
I feel like you know yourself very well too.
I hope so.
Yes. Well, that's good, because I feel like I'm just now kind of figuring that out.
My lobes, I don't know. No, but I think that I focused so much on my career in my 20s.
Yeah.
That, I mean, and dare I say, teetered on the edge of burnout and had a really bad situation in my last job that had me, that is the reason that I ended up leaving. And so I think I kind of hit this, I'm 30 and I'm supposed to have more figured out, even though, to other people, it's like, no, you've done so much and you've accomplished so much. And, I think we're all just way too hard on ourselves, but
I agree with that.
Yeah. Cause to me, I'm like, no, I let some ancient hateful bitch at my last job it ruined my life, or it didn't really ruin my life, but it felt like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's just, you live and learn. But what I do think that it's interesting whenever you have such big life changes and you always kind of think back and you're like, well, I used to be this person, or I used to be this person. And my previous therapist helped me a lot whenever you have like identity markers. Cause I'm like, well, I used to be this way before when I was a girlfriend and at this job and all of these things. And I had, I felt like all of these things. And she's like, well, you're never going to be that person again. So stop trying to go back to find that person, because you're never going to be that. But what about you at that point made you feel good? And I always say, I don't know why, like my coping mechanism is to say like, well, I felt sparkly then and I don't feel sparkly now. And so like identifying the things about you that make you feel sparkly. Yeah.
What makes you feel sparkly?
I don't know, like certain situations where I think it all, like for me, it's when I feel, confident or good in a situation, or, good about either, the work that I've done or what I'm doing, or the, the people that I'm interacting with and our interactions, like those make me feel sparkly. And I think for a while I didn't feel sparkly, but I had so many things change at one time. All in 1 month.
Yeah.
I broke up a 7-year relationship. My boss.
Every 7 years you change.
It's the 7-year itch. I think Luke knows. I broke up a 7-year relationship. My boss left.
That made it sound like you were homewrecking.
I broke up a 7-year relationship. I ended my 7-year relationship.
Yeah.
My boss, who I loved at my previous job, left, and they put this woman in place that like I full on cried the second that they told me that she was going to be, because she hated me. And everything that I predicted would happen came true once she was put in place. Yeah. And I moved out of me and my ex's joint apartment into my friend's guest bedroom. Love her. Yeah, I slept on a day bed for 6 months with her Great Dane. Too big to be on a day bed. And so all of these things changed all at one time. Yeah. And I was like, hold the phone. Who the fuck am I? Yeah. I don't know. And so, but then I think we do ourselves a disservice when we try and grasp onto like, oh, well, I used to be all of these things. How do I get it back? And I think that's why you go, and maybe you're like, well, I was happy with, when I was in a relationship, I was happier. Maybe not that person, but let me get in another relationship. Yeah. And so I didn't do that because I, was like, you're probably not well, bitch, which I wasn't. And so, but yeah, I think, taking some time to identify what makes you feel sparkly. That's the takeaway. Yeah. I like that takeaway. Thank you. Do you feel sparkly now? Are you in a better place? I'm in a more sparkly place. Yeah. So I love my job and good, my gays and my girls, and it's all that really matters. And I don't have a relationship, and that's probably because I'm with a bunch of big gay men all the time. Valid. Well, they don't. There's a very handsome man that you hang out with. I know. All the time. It's their fault. I was like, hey. Their fault I'm single. Yeah, probably. In fact, I went out a few weekends ago. That's my ideal relationship, really. If Lance and I were to ever just like not be together, I don't know if I would ever just like get married again. I don't know if I would date anymore. Yeah. Truthfully. Just get me a sexy gay and be companions forever, and that would be the dream, I think. Yeah, I think. Do you hear what men are doing to butterball turkeys? No, I didn't. Don't Google it. So I'm just saying. I know, it's hard out there. And I've dated a lot of idiots. Yeah. Again, all of my 20s. I think, though, I should not hang out with I'm kidding. Not hang out with who? No, I went out without the gays a few weekends ago. Oh, how'd that go? Not as fun, is it? No, I was like, what's going on? Went to a comedy show. I can't be airing all my shit. Yes, you can. On the internet. Yes, you can. Okay, the synopsis of that weekend was that I walked away with 3 interactions. Not so it is the gay's that fault. I hooked up with 3 people. That's okay if you do hook up with 3 people in the weekend, because it is your body, your choice, and you can throw that thing wherever that thing wants. In a circle. But I was like men kept approaching me, and I was like,
they always have.
And so I went back, and did my recap with the gays, and they're like, yeah, it's probably because you weren't clinging on to like a 6'2" man that likes other men, but it isn't overtly like obvious that they like other men. Mm-hmm. So that's unfortunate that I can't like hang all over my gays and expect men to approach me and be like, you're pretty. Because they're like, is that your boyfriend or your bestie?
You always get hit on. I never get hit on, ever. I swear to God.
Well, you got probably that thing on your finger that's weighing you down.
I think I just have a really resting bitch face.
You should,
you should
inject something in your face to help with that.
Maybe I should suck some things out. No, but you're a very open person. Like, you're a person who would like speak to people in the elevator, and I like look at the ground. I'm like, I don't care for these interactions.
I cannot stop talking.
Yeah, you're a social. Social little
butterfly.
This
podcast could be 3 hours long because
it really could be. We have a lot of stories.
I know.
What's another good one? What are we missing?
So I was telling my mom that I was coming down here to chat into a microphone with you.
What did she say? Was she afraid?
Is she afraid?
Yeah.
No, my mom is
Sherry was so afraid when Danny was going to come on here.
Oh,
well, that going to embarrass the family. Are you going to embarrass your family?
I don't know. I just said that thing can thing wherever it wants. So maybe.
That's empowering in my opinion.
Yeah. My mom is like, she's like the inquisitive one. She's like, wants to know like the full strategy. And so I'm like.
We're winging it, mama.
Sarah.
We don't have one.
She's like, and she's like, I'll be the producer. I'm like, let's do it, girl.
Oh my God.
But she was like, oh, well, are you going to tell this story about when you were in, that led to you giving me a book? Don't spoil it because I'll tell the story. Remember the book you gave me on my 30th?
Yes.
So, I think because
this is a good little baseball story.
A baseball story. And especially since we're in here in Southern Illinois in Cardinal country.
Oh yeah.
This really.
And makes me look like a dumbass. But
well, so much like you, I'm not really ingrained and invested in sports, and that's okay.
Yes.
I flew out to San Francisco to hang out with you. Lance was playing baseball in Oakland, and we didn't really, no hate, no shade to Oakland, have like an overwhelming desire to go.
Oakland's done. They're not even there anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was their last season.
It's gone?
So you can't offend anybody.
Did the team move?
They're moving.
What was their mascot? The Oakland?
The A's. Athletics. What is that? I don't know. Yeah, people are upset about it. But anyways, there's no one to be offended over there.
Okay, great.
They no longer exist.
Yeah, we didn't hear great feedback about Oakland, so we just didn't go. And I don't even know if Lance is whatever.
We were going to Napa.
We went to Napa and Lance would drop us off at a winery on his way to work.
Literally.
I was like, you guys don't need to rent a car. I've rented a car, and it's like a Toyota RAV4. Oh my God. And all the players like made fun of Lance.
And our Airbnb was not what we thought.
It was the last time Dymin was allowed to
I
be
didn't
in
even
charge.
do it. It was Lance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were like in someone's
garage apartment, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely space.
Yeah.
It did the job.
Had a nice cat.
So, but before we got to Napa, we were in San Francisco. I fly out and we stay one night at the hotel where all the players are. And you and Lance and I are the only people in this bar, the hotel bar. And somebody comes in and Lance said, and goes to sit at a table, and he passes by and Lance said, well, I don't know, what is he? Hey, Scooter, or calls him Scooter.
Something like that.
Yeah. Scooter. He calls him
is that what they call them?
I don't know.
Baseball managers?
So don't give it away. You're going to give away my story. So anyways, we'll call him Scooter. He says, hey, Scooter. And so Scooter goes and sits at his own table and is reading, and
just like a classy guy. He's got his like bottle of red wine and like a book and like
his suit snuggled up.
Just looks elegant.
Yeah. And so he, reads his book, and we, I don't know, chug a couple cocktails, and he, is getting ready to leave. Well, oh, Scooter, come sit and have a drink with us. Great. So he sits down and we're shooting the shit. And my dog, Chug, had just died not too long before. And he's talking about a dog that I think died. And I was like, oh, my dog died and I adopted her.
He took to you immediately.
Well, because I was like, I adopted a 10-year-old dog and she just I adopted her when she was 10 and she just died. And he is like holding my hands and is like, that is so.
I think you share the same name as his daughter also.
Oh, okay.
Because he did not remember mine. And he was like, nice to meet you. And then he goes, nice to meet you, Kathleen. And I was like,
instant friends.
Yes.
So he is, we are buddies and, get comfy, girl.
Sorry, okay.
Why didn't I wear my leggings?
I don't know. It's a onesie. All right, anyways, continue.
Should I drive home and change and come back?
Yes.
You don't have anything
we'll see
going
you tomorrow.
On, right? So he is, so we're he's like, I have a foundation. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. All these things. So he leaves and Lance is like, do you know who that was? And I was like, it's Scooter. I have ears, Lance. And he was like, that was Tony
La Russa.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So I text, my Casey, her family are big Tony La Russa girls. I text my dad and I'm like,
to love about Tony La Russa?
I know. And I was like, well, I just met Tony La Russa and I didn't know who he was. And we were bonding over dead dogs. And everybody's like, these experiences, they're wasted on you.
Yeah, like the golf and everything.
I was like, no, we're friends.
Yes.
So that one was...
another part of that story was when...
yes.
So Kathleen just looks personable and funny and great and has a lot of things to say and like their conversation is just
and he tells
banter.
Much like Danny and my father, he tells he's got stories and
respectfully, because I love Tony La Russa. He's hard to understand a little bit for
my
me.
dad. My dad's like that, where he's telling a story and I'm like, can you?
Yes. So
little louder.
Y'all are just vibing and I really don't know what's being said a lot of the time, whatever. But he was talking about he had something to do. There was an off day or something, right? Because Lance was going to go to Napa with us for a day and because they didn't have a game. And he had an event because he has a bookstore for veterans and what does he have? And animals, something.
So, I think he's dabbling in all of the
everything. And
communities.
he was going on and on about how he loves books and bookstores are going out of business and he just loves books so much.
They are. You should shop local bookstores.
Trying to be Kathleen. And I was like, you should write a book, Tony. And he was like, I've written 3. And I was like, the look that Lance gave me was like, yeah, you dumb idiot. How do you feel about that? And I was like, great. Okay.
So then for my birthday, Dymin
so I shut up real quick after that.
Dymin got me one of his books.
I did.
Great.
Did you read it?
Yes.
Did you?
I skimmed it.
I should have had it signed.
It's on my TBR.
We'll have to send it to him and get it signed for you.
Yeah.
Because he'll remember you. He probably has no idea who I am. We made up later this was when he was with the White Sox. So we made up. I would tell him jokes a lot.
Oh, okay. See.
What was it? I was like, hey, Tony, what do you call a guy?
That's how you started. Hey, Tony.
I did. I was like, what do you call a guy with no shins? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, Tony. Get it? I ate with that one. He loved it. So I made up for it. It was fine.
I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket for any
you
time I
think
meet.
he likes you the best?
Yeah, no, you've taken the title. I'm gonna have to step up my game next time I see him. Wow.
Yeah, no, that was a fun story though.
No, his book is on my TBR.
We'll have to get that signed for you. Yeah.
And on your TBR is Akatar.
I still haven't read that book.
Why?
I opened it. I think I was at the LA airport and I read one page and then they moved my my gate. I had to walk a freaking mile to go to one gate, and then they changed it back to the old gate, and I had to walk a mile back. And then after that, I was like, I'm sleeping on this plane. I don't even want to. You know what?
If you'd gotten to the airport approximately 5 minutes before your flight boarded, you wouldn't have to do that because you wouldn't be sitting at the gate.
You do that all the time, and it stresses me out. Like, you don't even have any anxiety at all. No. It is such a core part of my being that I don't even know how to, like, I wouldn't know how to function as a normal person, truthfully. And you just, like, you be functioning glide like a normal person.
No, I think I compartmentalize. Flight anxiety, no, because I'm like, there's another one. If I miss this one, I've missed international flights.
See, in my brain, I'm like, I'm trapped. I live here now.
I live in this airport.
I belong to LA. Oh, God.
Not LA, just LAX.
Yeah. Oh, God, which is a beast, by the way.
Like my flight up here to St. Louis, it boarded at 1:55. I was in boarding group 1, so if I was there I could have been first on the plane. Doesn't matter. I arrived to the airport at 1:25, which is really good for me. 30 minutes early.
Stresses me out.
And the only reason I get there that early, because United I have United status, so like they will like, take your bag and you have like George Bush in Houston is a United hub. And so you get priority. If you are Premier, you get whatever. Now, if you try and check your bag in at the time your flight is boarding, they say no. And I'm like,
it won't make it on your flight.
But and I'm like, just send it on the next flight. And they're like, no, you have to stay with your bag. And I'm like, it's okay.
Like they even know where your bags are anytime.
Like they're so concerned about your bags.
Send it on, it'll be fine.
So now I do have to get there 45 minutes before takeoff because they're locking down the rules, and so they won't. So I do have to get there 15 minutes before boarding starts. So that's my goal every time. Doesn't always work.
That is the craziest shit. I am like there 2 hours before.
Yeah. No, when I missed that flight to LA, I was like, that's okay. I missed my flight to New York over the summer. I was like, that's okay. My friend didn't even realize what flight I was supposed to be on. We should push back the dinner reservation. I missed a flight from London one time. And
what does stress you out, Ben?
Work.
Work?
Yeah. That's really it.
Yeah.
I also, what I realized? We really go highs and lows around here. We're like, that thing's thinging. And then I'm like, and also I think I really take on a lot of people's emotional baggage.
You think? All right, do tell.
That stresses me out. I think I take on too much of like other people's emotional baggage. And then I get really like, because I have a really high social.
You really do.
Like I can go out all weekend long and be at all the things all week. And I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to sit. Like I haven't watched a TV show in months because I'm just like not sitting on the couch. And I probably should sit on the couch. But I think, but like being up and like active and whatever doesn't stress me out, but taking on
You're just like the extrovertiest extrovert that I've ever met. Like there's really no one comparable to you. Maybe Danny Johnson.
Probably. These are back-to-back episodes where you're just like, can I say anything? Does anybody want to hear me talk?
No, he was so hard to like wrangle.
I know.
He would start with one topic and end with another one. And I was like,
now
we're off kilter, Dan.
I want to be, what would he constantly say? He's like, you got to understand. You got to understand. I'm like, I think she does.
Oh my God.
But I'm going to start saying that to people.
That you got to understand.
Like, you got to understand that I take on
I am the way I am, and I'm not apologizing.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Okay, so work stresses you out, and you take on everybody's personal baggage.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the fact that you're a Saudi Arabian princess.
My previous company, I was based in Saudi Arabia, so I spent some time in Saudi Arabia. And that was, I'm super grateful for that experience and that being with that company for 9 years. Because I got
That's
to
your
see,
first job out of college, right?
I know I'm on my second job ever.
That's crazy.
Which is weird to like, not a lot of, I don't think millennials stay at their first job for 8 or 9 years.
I haven't even had a first job.
What are you going to be? What do you want your first job to be? Oh my gosh, this is it. This is your job. Cheers. Look at my lipstick. Congratulations on your first job.
Thank you. I don't get paid anything.
When you do get paid.
Wouldn't that be great if I did?
Yeah. Well, my dad's sponsored today with a car. So it's kind of like, he's the first sponsor of the podcast.
I don't get any money for that?
But, no, but it,
Damn it,
it
stork.
counts. Oh God, could he be a little more generous? I think we should frame your first dollar.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah. But I think, I mean, I don't know when Luke's going to like close the camera off and be like, I can't take it anymore. I cannot stand another second. But I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to step up on my soapbox and say how proud I am of you for doing this, because it's been something that we've talked over the years of like, that you don't feel like this, that, not that being a mother isn't enough and fulfilling, but that you want to do something, more on the creative side. And you have, it's scary to put yourself out there.
It is. I think that's the biggest takeaway that I'm going to have from this anyways, is like, it might not be the most successful podcast, but I like to put myself out there like once a decade and just see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I know. I think
it's for fun.
And it's for fun. And I think, I mean, the internet will never not be, just riddled with trolls that are crazy. But
I haven't had that many haters like publicly though. I'm sure there's people that will watch this and be like, "Oh my God."
I mean, I just think about
such a dumb bitch McGee.
Well, I think about the one question that you sent me where somebody's like, "What is it like to have a tacky wife?" And I'm like, go on
it's really fun.
else.
It's really fun. He could go find Les if he wanted to. You want to send him your number?
But I think it's like, you obviously you let that roll off your shoulders pretty well, but to put yourself out there on the internet and to do something like this,
and hell.
People like we obviously have Luke, our lovely cameraman and audio engineer back here, and there's a team that edits, but you don't have a producer, like you are, doing this all by yourself on the front end of the,
we're writing on vibes.
Yeah. And so, and that's a lot, and it takes a lot of work, and it's really, I think it's, and you dove right in head first. And I think that's really cool. I'm proud of you.
We just typed in your dream girls and we popped up.
Your dream girls, won't shut the fuck up on a Wednesday morning before Thanksgiving. Wow.
No, I needed this so bad. Oh my God. I missed you so much. What are you guys doing tonight? Are you going out? Going to the Frosty Mug. I know you love a Frosty Mug.
Okay, while I have your audience captive here, here's what I want to talk about. Why do more bars not do, if you've never been, Southern Illinois audience, to Pros in Mount Vernon?
I have never been.
Plug City.
Not even on your 30th birthday. I had to dip out of there.
Yeah.
It was Easter.
You obviously hate me.
Sorry. I had to be
Pros,
the Easter bunny.
When you go into Pros, so say...
That's the one with the tokens, right?
Say the three of us go in. Have you ever been to Pros? Say the three of us go in and we all get a beer. And then Dymin and I chug our beers. Naturally. And Luke's not ready for a beer yet, but I'm like, another round of beers, I'm buying. They would, if you're not ready for a beer, they'll give you a
token,
like a poker chip token.
Poker chip, yeah.
For a beer, and you don't have to use it then. You can take it home and collect tokens. And I don't know why everybody doesn't do that. I think it's the best bar strategy because they're getting your money. And then you get, and I find it to be so fun to have tokens, and I'll go to my mom's house when I come back to Illinois.
Do you just have a box of tokens?
When I had my 30th birthday at home, which everybody should fly all of their friends in to have their 30th birthday in their tiny hometown. Who needs Aspen? Who needs New York? Who needs Mexico? No, go to Mount Vernon, Illinois for your 30th birthdays and get a party bus and have a farm party.
It was very fun.
It was fun.
You got a Tony La Russa book.
Hello. I had tokens enough for everybody at Pros. I came in, I was like, nobody's paying for a beer collection.
I thought you went and were like, hey.
No, I found those all in like crevices of my mother's home.
That's amazing.
Not because she collects those, but because I get them.
Yeah. No, that is a good little thing. You should have a bar, really.
I think
there's nothing that I feel like you really can't do. Like if you opened a bar, I'd be like, yeah, she is.
I mean, I was a bartender.
If you went and lived in a different country, I'd be like, duh, why wouldn't she? Oh my gosh. You're just one of those people.
Can I come on the podcast every week and you compliment me?
Yes.
No, I love bars.
You love bars. You love people. I love karaoke.
Cocktails.
Yeah.
Wow.
You love travel.
Should I have a karaoke cocktail bar?
Honestly, is there one in the world that exists with good ass? Are you a teeny girl now?
I am a teeny girl.
Okay.
But I'm not. You're
a martini. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, they used to be piano bars. Weren't they like cocktail bars or whatever?
No, those are just, I don't think they open it up to other people.
I like a good high quality craft cocktail.
Well, you're a porn, I don't know if we can say porn, but you're a porn star martini girl. Hold on, I gotta check my work phone.
I did. I had 7 on my 30th birthday. I think he was giving me juice there towards the end, though, because there's no way. We were there forever. What was it, Delilah's in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
We saw Adele.
You should go to Delilah's in Las Vegas.
You should go to Delilah's in Las Vegas. We schmoozed our way in there.
Speaking of Wicked.
Yes. Are you an Elphaba or a Glinda?
Let's take it full circle. Because did you see where they said you can't sing in the theater? Which I fully agree. You should not. I know that.
I didn't know they said that. You can't wear face paint either.
Oh, really? Why?
It's kind of morbid. Remember, there was that shooting in the movie theater, and they dressed up like the Joker, and they thought it was like promotional in the theater, really? And then it was like really bad.
Oh God. Okay, that makes sense.
So you can't dress green.
Okay,
I know.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You also can't sing. Like you can't. I mean, these musical
I
theater. I agree. I agree. These musical theater kids, and like, listen, I am you, you're me.
Yeah.
We should not be singing in the theater. When we were at Adele, do you remember the girl singing out loud in front of us? I was about to rip my own skin off.
Don't remember that.
She would not stop. I'm like, I don't know how much these tickets cost. I bet it wasn't.
I honestly don't know either.
I bet it wasn't.
Did Lance get those for?
I think so.
My birthday?
Yeah, and I bet it wasn't cheap.
I would go see her again in a heartbeat.
Who are you to sing while Adele is singing?
That is true. That is true.
Make it. So no. That is true. I fully support no singing in the theater. No singing. Like if you're at Taylor Swift, yeah, screech, girl.
Popular. I know about popular.
And now we take an intermission for.
I did not like the play Wicked.
Oh God!
But I really am passionate about this movie for whatever reason.
You didn't like it? Where'd you see it?
I saw it on Broadway. I think I was like 14 years old. Which who would my Elphaba be? Well, in the year 2000. When did 8? 7? 8?
Was that OG?
If I saw
Kristen Chenoweth, then
how funny would that be?
Adele Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem. All right, hold on. When was that? 2007.
14.
Wicked.
Who played? Chat GPT it.
No. Marcy Dodd and Carol Kane.
Okay.
Okay, I love that for me. I thought it was sad.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things that they explore.
I know, but I just remember leaving and not feeling like, wow, phenomenal. I remember being like, damn.
The second half, because this is a part 1, part 2, like what is the second half of Wicked going to look like? Because
I hate when they do that.
It's because after intermission, although some of the best songs, like For Good is one of my favorites. And then the reprise of Not That Girl, but they're doing Not That Girl in the front half of this one. We've really digressed into, but
really are theater
it's like a lot darker and a lot like, it's not like, woo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sadder and darker, and that's when they really get into a lot of shit. So I don't know what that second half is going to look like for the movie, but I understand why you walked away. You should have just left it halftime. And
I didn't though. Okay. And then I saw it at the Fox. So I've seen it 2 separate times.
Okay. And it didn't tickle you either time?
I mean, it was it was good, talented, amazing, gave me goosebumps, defying gravity.
Goosies.
Love to see it.
Okay.
But the overall feeling that I had leaving the theater was depressed. Maybe I need to see it now that my lobes are developed.
Back to the lobes.
Back to the lobes.
Always back to the lobes.
You want to know what I love more than anything in the world? And if the Marion Civic Center ever put it on, I would audition immediately.
What?
Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Give me the opportunity to kill a man and I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this as well. I do think that you should dabble into community theater.
Why not?
Why not? I wish I could go back into
other than my
theater.
Crippling stage fright.
But you're not you. You're
and
somebody else.
And my overall lack of talent. But yeah.
Not true. But you get to be somebody else. It's not even you.
I know. And I love Roxy Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to do that. Wouldn't that be so much fun?
What if you auditioned
did I see
and
that
they didn't?
I did see that on Broadway with Pamela Anderson.
Yeah. Pammy.
Anybody can play Roxy, really. So I really shouldn't doubt my abilities.
It sounds like you're dogging Pammy.
I'm not dogging Pammy, but
Doesn't she do didn't she do cartwheels? You can do it.
I don't remember if she did cartwheels. Honestly, it was kind of funny because a lot of like Roxy's little things are, you know, she was like, my hair, my teeth, my boobs, my nose. And, you know, she's famous for her boobs and all that stuff. So it was kind of like Pamela.
She's famous for what?
Her boobs.
What?
Pammy Anderson.
I'm kidding.
Oh my God. Oh, you're gonna make me sound like the weirdest person ever. But like a lot of like Roxy's lines, like totally related to Pamela Anderson. And it was so funny. Like it hit every time. So that was fun. But like, I mean, she wasn't like an amazing singer or anything like that. But like, you don't have to be for Roxy, really. It's a lot of like,
and I'll tell you what, a vocal coach.
Yeah.
That's all I mean,
let's
go
to Broadway. Why not? It's like practicing.
Yeah.
Try working really hard on it.
The last show that I was ever in was Into the Woods, and Jack's mom had...
Into the thick of it?
Different.
That's not the words, is it?
No, it's not. That is a brain rot TikTok sound.
Oh, but it was based on Into the Woods, right?
Is it?
No?
I don't know.
I don't know who I am today.
But that range was much higher than I was used to. I don't know if you can tell by the sound of my voice that I am a...
That was a decade ago. Bust out in song right now.
Yeah.
Didn't you die? Did you die?
Yeah.
Everyone died.
A lot of people died.
Okay, so Into the Woods is kind of like the Wicked version of what? Jack and the Beanstalk?
There's a lot of... No, Into the Woods has a lot of things.
Everybody.
Cinderella, Jack and the Beanstalk...
Don't they like cut their feet off?
People there's blind people. Rapunzel. Little Red Riding Hood. It's like, what are we talking about anymore? I'm gonna pee. Luke's like, guys, are we recording a podcast? Are you recording a podcast now, or are you guys just chatting and having wine? We're just chatting and having wine.
I need more.
I do too. No, who was Jack's mom in the movie adaptation?
Was it not Meryl Streep?
No, Meryl Streep played the witch, right?
I have no idea. I don't even remember the plot, anything. I just know that everyone died.
I would recommend watching the original Broadway cast version, which is available, I believe, on Netflix, or it used to be.
Okay.
That's what I can. That's the takeaway here today. Of all the things.
You want to know? You want to know a sad story?
Luke does.
Take the fucking ball.
We haven't drank that much wine.
No, I know, which is like,
and it's the temperature has raised at least 10 degrees in here.
Stripping a little bit. Okay, the story. Okay, so I was thinking.
Can you talk and pour at the same time?
I cannot. Pamela Anderson, what does that remind you of? Here's some baseball tea for you.
Okay. I thought about being a little crazy. It's an embarrassing
story for me, actually.
I was going to be a little crazy at 11 a.m. and you can put that on your mouth and then pour it in my glass.
Bitch, shut up.
Thank you. I was going to bring in shots and play a game where if you can either answer the question and I'll drink the shot, or you answer the question. Wait, or if somebody's drinking a shot.
My lobes are twisting again.
My lobes are twisting. Like, can you see them twisting in real life?
My brain is shutting down.
Like I was going to ask you a question, and if you answered it, I would take the shot. But if you didn't want to answer it because you would
What are your questions? Bust them out. Was it this one? You fucking embarrassing asshole.
Yeah,
Oh
that was one of them because we did have a birthday party for you in Houston because you guys were there on your birthday. And
I'll tell it. Okay. How old was I turning 29? Okay. So I've been talking in the wives chat for what, a month or so? Because I had come up, this is when the Pammy Anderson and Tommy Lee show came out, right?
Yeah.
And so everyone was obsessed with Pamela Anderson. Like she had her like, what is it? Redemption arc. And everyone's like, oh my God, the world has done Pamela Anderson wrong. Everybody else is wrong but Pamela Anderson, right? And so everyone was dressing up like her and like the Halloween and da-da-da-da. So I was like, I want a Pammy party for my birthday, right? Put this in the wives group chat, right? And I was like, da-da-da-da. Everyone's sending in photos and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, we all need to go to the Houston game, road trip, whatever. And so I'm telling Kathleen, I was like, this person's coming, this person's coming, this person's coming, right? And so she rents out this huge, like, back room of a restaurant, right? And because I'm assuming, was it an off day? It was an off day or something in Houston. Yeah. And so I'm assuming because it's an off day and all of the wives are invited, that all of the husbands and boyfriends would come and whatever. And all of these people are, like, straight up sending me, like, what they're going to wear. Because
you must also dress up like Pamela,
a version of Pamela. I was pregnant at the time, so I was going to be pregnant Pammy, right?
Yeah.
It was great. Tell me why not one of these little bitches came to my party. I was so embarrassed too because like you would rent it out that big thing and like no one like only all our
Houston friends came though.
Yes, like only a handful of people before were like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. And then there were people who were like in Houston that just were like didn't but had told me previously that they were. And I was like, okay, well, I'm done with you bitches after this.
Yeah.
And I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a drag queen that came. I had a drag queen come in.
Mrs. Blackberry.
Yeah.
She was my Gemini queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember?
It was a great.
Oh my God. That brings up another topic of there was a fan. Remember this? After that, I was posting all these pictures of me and this drag queen, right?
Yeah,
and that was the best part. Like, listen, I love a drag queen. I don't give a shit what you believe or what you don't believe or whatever. Drag queens make the world a better place. Thank
100%.
You. Clip that. Yeah. And
that's the takeaway. Not whatever I said earlier.
Exactly.
Drag queens do make the world go round.
They really do make the world go round. And so this one woman she has consistently jumped into my DM. She was like a baseball fan. And she told me that I was like going to hell and that this was terrible. And I was like,
what's the psychology behind, like, what is up with people getting into like commenting the hate comments and the, like, what is that? I just really can't. I really cannot.
But that's not the first hate message that I got from this particular person. Yeah. This woman would like admittedly get drunk on rosé and just feel the need to like message me how terrible I am and how my life has never been hard. And
is she apologizing later? Why is she telling you she's drinking rosé?
The next day she'd be like, I am so sorry.
She's like an abusive partner.
Oh yeah. She's like, I'm so sorry. I had too much rosé yesterday. Basically, she didn't think I was going to read the message, but it's like, bitch, I got like 500 followers. Like I see everything. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, she was like, baseball wives are so stupid. You don't even know anything about baseball. And I responded back and I was like, and like, it could be 7 innings long. Thank you. Like, yeah, I do have notes for some baseball. MLB, you listening?
But shout out MLB for putting the pitch clock on. That's great.
Word.
Yeah.
What she said.
Very supportive of the pitch clock. But then we really fly through baseball now.
Do we?
Comparatively, yes, with the pitch clock.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I think so. Well, I hope you blocked that person.
No, I like the banter sometimes.
Sure
but no, every other day.
I'm not sure abuse and banter.
Well,
are
one
the
time
same
she was
thing,
like, "You've never experienced anything hard in your life. My husband's a firefighter." And I was like, "Well, that sounds like a life choice there, Liz. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like,
do you, girl?
I can't, this is Lance's decision, like well before I met, like, I don't know. I just took a lot of hate from this person. And then the next day she'd apologize. And then she would tell me that I'm a horrible person for having a drag queen. And I was like, oh my God. I literally was like, you don't have to follow me if you don't want to. And she's like, well, I really enjoy watching your stuff. And I was like, oh, okay.
I really enjoy the proximity that you have to baseball because I love baseball so much.
Oh, she actually, like one time I ran into her in the bathroom of a baseball game and she was like, Dymin. And I was like,
no, that's
yes.
weird. That's weird.
It really was. I mean, I felt like it was accidental. I don't think she followed me in there or whatever, but she's like, can we take a picture? And I was like,
no,
sure.
No.
This was before it got like really bad. It was like
before the
one time she
started.
yelled at me when she was drunk on rosé and then she apologized and then she saw me in the bathroom and then it just got progressively weirder as time went on. So I wish you well. Because
I bet that person's listening. Like I really
100%
think
yeah.
that they're
and
listening.
then
Which
there
like
for a little bit.
We'll take it. Give us the
whatever.
Give us the engagement.
Yes. And then she would always comment like, where'd you get your sweater? And then I just like don't respond anymore.
Your
and she's
mom's
like,
house.
I know you won't respond, but I really like your sweater. Can you tell me where to get it?
I hate the internet so much.
Tell me about it. So yeah.
I just really fucking love your sweater and also you're a bitch. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you've never done anything in your whole life. But seriously, can I get a link?
I'm a huge fan of your husband, but you're a problem. I'm like,
and if you don't give me that sweater link
right now, I love that cow print you're wearing. So yeah,
I must
that's
have
just
it.
some of the stuff that I deal with.
Yeah, that's really odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I was at a game with you one time in Houston when I don't know who they are, the players. I don't know what team we were on at the time. But you guys were in Houston playing in the playoffs, I think. So probably the White Sox. And so I came down, met you, and I rode the WAGs bus.
Yeah.
So then again, it became a WAGO bus because I'm another. Mm-hmm. That's my new favorite joke.
Honestly, I love it. It checks out. It makes sense.
Rode the bus with you guys, and like, so we had police officers were escorting us in the stadium because it's playoffs and people are very odd to you guys.
Yes.
It's very strange. Like
it
turning around
my brain chemistry.
Yeah. Like turning around, being mean for no reason, just based on what the game. Like half these girly pops are like trying to wrangle their kids. Mm-hmm. Understandably.
I'm girly pops
like you're not
the
even
kids.
paying attention. And these people are turning around and like weirdly taking pictures of you or like being mean to you guys, or it's very, very strange, odd behavior. And it's like I know Lance has talked a couple times about like the worst parts of baseball and like how the booing is fun and that's great. And I agree, booing is fun.
Yeah.
But like targeting individuals and like being weird towards that is strange behavior.
Yeah. It is strange behavior. They don't make me mad though. I don't, some people.
It made me, I think you guys are used to it. It made me mad.
Well,
but
some people
I'll catch a collar and I'll get kicked out of a stadium.
Some people like to have the authority to like be able to kick somebody out of a game. So they're like, security. And I'm just like, just turn around. It's like, if you don't.
Somebody did get somebody kicked out of a game.
I don't want to get anybody kicked out of a game.
Yeah.
I'm not that
cool. They were being weird.
You're not going to offend me that much unless you like threaten my life. Then I'll be like, hey, I don't want to sit by this person anymore. Can I get a new seat?
But we had to be escorted by the police just to go find cocktails. A frozen margarita.
Which was often, so it was a little awkward.
And I think we had to
we had to
round like home plate to go find a cocktail.
Done. We were looking for daiquiris, and this freaking
wanted a frozen
security guard was like looking around for daiquiris. He
cut an entire line for us.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's not helping the cause.
He needs a raise.
Baseball wives, baseball waggos, cut line.
And I think even we were like, no, that's okay. Like we don't need to do all that. Like we're fine. We don't really need an escort either. Like it'll be fine. But yeah, I don't know. A lot of just weird. Yeah. But when I say it like altered my brain chemistry, like there are just it doesn't feel like there's authentic interactions for me anymore. Like there's always, I always feel like I'm going to be judged by somebody, and it's a little overwhelming sometimes. I will say that. Like I met Lance's wife and she's like this, and it's like, am I? Damn. Tell me who I am, because I don't really know.
My lobes aren't developed, so you're actually helping me.
That's not true. They're developed now. I feel like they turned on when I was 25 years old.
That's super
Did you feel
specific.
your brain turn on? I felt my brain turn on.
I'm trying to remember the exact moment that I felt my brain.
Your brain has always been developed.
No.
You've had properly functioning lobes since I've known you.
Ooh, that is the best compliment I've ever received.
I like them lobes.
Girl, you got them good lobes. I think that 25 sounds like about right. Like I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I know things now.
Yes.
I think that's the start of a song.
Clearer. What? I know things now?
From, I think, Into the Woods. Anyways, sidebar. Sorry. I'm getting...
Shut up. Were they 25?
What?
The person who sang that song?
No.
Oh.
I think it was a child, but...
Their lobes aren't on.
No. But I do think 25 is about the right time that...
Yeah.
Actually, I'm kind of interested in my lobes shutting off.
I think one of mine's off right now. Oh my God. This is who we are together. We're so stupid. When we met each other, it was at like a house party in Mount Vernon somewhere, right?
Are we allowed, Luke, can we put photos on the screen?
I don't want people to see my old face.
There's a very specific photo that I want to put up. And it's not when we met, but I think it's a very...
I know exactly what you're talking about. Are we sitting on like coolers and we're like...
No, I think we're sitting on somebody's lap.
Oh, love that for us. Where is that guy? I know exactly who that is.
I know. I don't think he's on the internet anymore.
Damn.
Yeah.
He was a nice person. But back to, I don't even know what I was saying, but Kathleen and I, ever since we met, like we would only talk to each other and nobody else. We would go to these college parties together and stand in the middle of a room with people just all around us, and we would not talk to anybody else but each other. And we still do that.
Yeah.
Like we're so stupid.
Yeah. Like there's a full function happening and we're just like
the party would be like ending and like people are going to bed and we're like, oh God, where did everybody go?
Wait, ain't nobody wanted to talk
talking
to
about
us?
our childhood trauma right here at the baseball house. We were at the baseball house.
Yeah.
Can I
or
say
the track
something?
house. We went to the track house a lot too.
Yeah. But
that's where that guy we were sitting on his lap. That was the track house.
Yeah. Cleat chaser is something I get quite often, and it's stupid to me because I have dated other baseball players in my life.
Baseball aficionados.
But it wasn't like that. Like, it wasn't like, wow, you play baseball? I need to go and sit at this 7-hour game because I just love it so much. Like, that was not my mentality.
Plastic seat and a shitty hot dog.
Right? The fact of the matter is, the baseball house had the best parties. They always had parties. I don't know if Tony Etnier knows that or not, but now he does if he listens to this podcast. And number 2, they were the cutest guys. Thank you. Case
and
closed.
I think,
I wasn't like,
I endorse that
this
message.
man's going to make it big. I need to date him right now. I didn't even know that.
You dated a lot of guys that I knew wouldn't make it big.
That is so true. That is so true. You ever heard of a thing called boredom? Hello. That's why I dated 90% of the people I did back in those days. One of them. Was that man emotionally abusive? Yeah. And I didn't even know it. You want to know why? Because I didn't even like him that much. Then I was like, okay.
That went on a lot longer than it should have.
It was 6 months.
What?
That was a 6-month relationship.
No. That feels like it was years of my life.
Mine do.
What?
I know. It was not very nice. You want to know something weird about this whole entire thing? And you can tell me if you can like psychoanalyze me afterwards. I really do feel like he really like was in love with me. Because, but he was also mean. But he didn't think he was mean. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I still have voicemails from that man that was like, I just love you so much.
Huh.
I'll never delete them. Is that weird?
No.
You never know when you need it.
I keep voicemail. I have a backlog of voicemails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
No, I just think that is probably
I just feel like that was who he was. Like,
healthy...
for example, like when did I date him? When I was like 18 years old.
Yeah, we were young. Yeah. I mean, you were...
He loved to make me look stupid. Like he loved, like, for example, his family was of a certain political party back in 2012, whatever. And my family was a different one. So I'd only, and again, I'm 18. I don't care. I literally don't care.
Barely vote.
And so, you know, I'd heard his family side and my family side and all this stuff. And so he would purposely tell his family, well, Dymin feels this way and doesn't like da-da-da-da. So then it would just be like 20 minutes of them berating me for how I felt at the time. Just like purposely calling me out to embarrass me. And like, you saw it. Remember that one time I was like reading a map? We were like going to Six Flags or something like that.
Yes.
And we were reading a map.
At Holiday World.
Yes. Yeah. And he just like told me how stupid I was and whatever. And I was like, then you read the map.
Yeah.
Don't hand me the map to read. You can read it.
That's so weird. I am still stuck on 6 months because that felt like a really long time.
I know.
No, I mean, that sounds like somebody who's insecure and has to put other people down to feel.
I know. What did I say? I said something like, my name was memorable. Were you in the car for this conversation too?
You have
my name is Dymin. Like, do you know any other Dymins? You know what I'm saying? So I said something like...
Me, a lot, but most people know.
I don't think I've ever met another Kathleen in my life.
Joke. Yeah.
But I said something like, yeah, well, my name is memorable. And he goes, oh, you think you're really memorable? And I was like, no. I said, my name is memorable. Like, you bring me up in a conversation, they'll be like, Dymin. Who's Dymin?
Yeah,
not...
That's a conversation piece. Yeah, it is memorable.
Like, whatever. And he told that story to everybody. Dymin thinks she's memorable. And I was like, okay.
Luke, what are we going to do about that? Is so strange. I hope that he's grown out of that because that...
I don't really care. Yeah. He's not my problem.
That's very true.
But yeah, if we're going to go down the rabbit hole on people we dated, I got stories. And you know what? People got stories about me too.
I personally think that nobody has a bad story about me.
I'm trying to think.
Luke's like, girls, mental illness, anything, what we got going on here?
A lot. I'm trying to think. No. You probably don't.
No, that's not true. I am deeply critical of other people.
Your talks. Oh. Do you low-key hate me?
No.
Oh. Just not of me?
No.
Okay.
Of like
men
or like partners. Yeah.
Deserve it.
No partners.
They deserve it.
I was at lunch with Ryan the other day and I was like, something's happened, you know, like cuffing season, right?
Oh, yeah.
Cuffing season, I think, is for like if you've been going on dates with somebody and then you can cuff them, right?
Like
and
the
be
summer
like,
is when you're having fun and you're just like doing whatever, and then it gets cold outside and you need a permanent cuddle buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then after the cuffing I was listening to a podcast and they're like, well, there's a cuffing window. And then after that, it's like no fucks for the rest of the year. That started early in Houston. There was last week, I'm not kidding, 7 people tried to resurrect themselves.
In your life?
Yes.
7?
Yeah. None not memorable. Not like I was really expecting.
Oh.
I was like, I was like, I'm scared. I gotta be careful. But people
I kind of wish he would. He's got some explaining to do.
But people were just like resurrecting themselves, and I'm like, what's going on in the atmosphere here? I'm scared. I don't like it.
Did we take the bait?
We didn't take it. No, we didn't take any bait. Any of it.
All 7? That's a lot of people.
Well,
I can't even count 7
one
people.
guy was like already. You know that story. Yes, you do. That guy's already kind of been like on, but whatever. Anyways, I didn't take any of the bait of the people of the deceased trying to resurrect. Didn't take any of the bait. And I said to Ryan at lunch, I was like, I'm done with men. And he was like, this is a really weird way to tell me you're a lesbian. I was like,
you should try it.
Thank you. I wish.
Honestly, I feel like if sexuality were a choice.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we'd all be choosing men.
No.
As a happily married woman, I really am a huge man hater.
Yeah, you are.
I can't help it.
It's okay.
Again, having kids and all that stuff, I'm like, man, I make a house a home. I bring life into the world. Like, women are where it's at. We're awesome. I just wish I had this mentality like a decade ago, you know?
Yeah.
I always was like a hopeless romantic and like a man is going to just save my life. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But I wish I had a little bit more self-confidence,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. No, I think that's, I would wager that you're probably not alone in feeling that. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, society doesn't set us up at 20 years old to feel confident about ourselves.
That's true. I don't know. Do you think things are getting better for like the youth of today? Do you think they're more empowered?
I don't know. I think that it's a double-edged sword, right? People have too much access to everything, right? I mean, like even our lobes on the internet, like you and I.
We're just not going to stop saying lobes ever.
Our lobes, like maybe everybody doesn't need access to our lobes, but we have access to so many people's lobes.
That is true.
And maybe that's, but because I think you and I can listen to other people and the thoughts that enter and exit their lobes and make critical decisions and be like, do we agree? Do we not agree? But I think because young people have so much access so early when their lobes are still developing and they can't that there is influence. I mean, how fortunate are we? I feel so fortunate all the time that we like didn't have
any of this shit growing up. We would have been in trouble.
God,
my dumbass.
We already got in trouble.
Yeah.
And didn't have any of this.
Yeah, that is true.
I would like to put it out there. Is this a manifesting space?
Yeah.
I love Shohei Ohtani.
Yes. Because you were like, oh my God, this guy is so hot, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't really know if he speaks English. And you were like, that's fine.
Matter.
It doesn't really matter.
I was just in Mexico for a week. ChatGPT, like Guadalajara, like not in a
ChatGPT.
I ChatGPT translated my way to the top. I don't know what that means.
I love ChatGPT. I feel like it's a real person. I named mine Carl.
Oh, so. Cute. I haven't named mine. I'm like not on a personal, like we don't have a personal connection, but I probably should. I asked him
if he liked it and he was like, yeah, I get down with Carl. And I was like, cool. Okay. You're Carl then.
I should probably develop a personal relationship with my pocket robot, but I haven't. And my search history or my question history is very odd. Do you want to dabble?
Yeah, I actually do.
In my ChatGPT history. Okay. We're really going 2 months ago. Oh, wait. It's most recent is on top. United baggage check-in deadline.
It's like a Google machine, but like quicker and more efficient.
Yeah, because it collects it all in one place.
Yes. So you don't have to search for the right
Meryl
answer.
Streep's age in Death Becomes Her.
I Googled that recently too. Yeah, she's like 40.
She's 42. Yeah, she looks fantastic. I
literally Googled that too because we've been talking about getting facelifts and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, how old is she here? Because she looks fabulous. And she's in her 40s.
I'm obviously typing in Spanish here. Skin collagen and elasticity tips.
This is all checking out.
No. Why would I? This just says, because you can slide over and it will show you. This says singing drunk in the mirror. What?
She loves to sing, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know if that was like a song suggestion. I fear it might have been. Credit bureaus. Sharon Tate murder summary.
Oh my God.
Jello shots freezer tips.
Okay.
Hallows Eve and Halloween. I was asking if that's the same thing.
I did a lot of birth chart interpretation stuff.
Oh.
Therapist support inquiry. And a lot of podcast questions, really.
Yeah.
Interview tips for podcast. Effective interview techniques.
Yeah. Was it helpful? What is yours, Carlos? Carl.
Yeah.
I fear our lobes have undeveloped.
We're going downhill quickly. All right.
Okay.
Should we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up and have normal conversation without a microphone in our face.
Okay. That's all from us here at Dymin in the Rough. Have a happy Thanksgiving. You're going to see this after Thanksgiving, so it's like...
We're filming this today on Drunksgiving.
Yes. I mean, this is the first time I've ever drank on a podcast.
Oh, I thought you meant I thought you were going to say on the day before Thanksgiving, and I was like, get out of my face.
It used to be a very good time back in the day.
I think I will only drink when I come on your podcast.
I don't really see another way to do it. Sober?
And I think that I'm going to bring the shots game next time because I didn't ask all my questions. So
I'm not telling that part of it. That is not my story to tell.
Don't you feel that the people will just love to have me back on?
Honestly, yes. Yes, I do. This is probably the most comfortable I've ever been on a podcast episode ever.
Because of me or the wine?
Both?
Both? I put an L in both.
Both.
That's how...
I can't move the lower part of my face that well. So, all right.
Okay.
Are we done?
For Dymin in the Rough, this is...
Did I even say your name this whole time? That's it for Kathleen.
I'm Kathleen. For Dymin in the Rough, you're watching Kathleen and Dymin on Dymin in the Rough.
I don't know if you can tell.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Bienvenidos.
Did I really not introduce you at all?
My name is Kathleen Nicole Sledge, date of birth 4793.
What's your social security?
Driver's license number. My mother's maiden name. Luke's like, tell me to turn it off.
He's like, please shut the hell up. This is why people hate us in public. Okay. Bye. We'll see you next Tuesday.
I'm going to be so bad.